Tires are important at any racetrack you run at. And with me is Jeff Godsey of BF Goodrich. And Jeff, what kind of challenges does a DOT tire present at such a racetrack like Road America?
Well, at Road America, you have high speeds, unlike, say, Road Atlanta, where you have a lot of high loads on the tire. Here you have the high speed, which generates a lot of centrifugal force in the tire, which builds a lot of heat. So the DOT tire has to withstand a lot of heat here.
We're constantly monitoring the heat in the tires, not only in the middle, but also on the sides. And the temperatures between the three readings tell us exactly what the tire is doing. It's very challenging to figure out exactly how to set up the car, how to angle the tire in order to get the best adhesion on that footprint.
There's also a lot of tight cornering. There's a lot of high-end braking zones here. How has the tire been performing this weekend?
It's doing really well, especially on these cars, which are very light, which that can lead to some brake lockup if they don't have their cars set up properly. But these guys are pretty good at that, and so our tires are handling it very well.
Certainly are. It's great to have BF Goodrich involved. Getting set for a restart. I want to thank Jacob Oberg from Alara Racing, helping us get our cameras placed under their cars so we can show you some suspension details and just how the tires make contact with the racetrack here at Road America. 5 laps on the board. We're back underway. Brad Rampelberg restarts in 6th position this time, and they're on the jailbreak mode again, heading to turn 1, Elliot.
Yeah, and he's going to get a good run going up there because, you know, he did go to the back of the pack, but there was other people that came in, so he has a good shot at going up there. And at this track, if you're going to start at the back, boy, they're pushing and shoving still. It is a place where you can go to the front because you can get the draft here.
Rampelberg and Malkasian side by side. That's Justin Piscatell back there on board with Nick Evans, battling for the lead with Lionel Kent, as they have done for the first 5 or so laps here today at Road America. Special driver's eye view coverage. It's something we bring you every year on the Playboy Mazda MX5 Cup at Road America once again this season. And glad to have you on board here, heading down toward turn 5, one of the higher speed parts of this racetrack. Everybody wants to get up front and lead laps here at Road America. You really need to be positioned for the end of this race. We're not quite to halfway. Let's get an update from Derek.
And Rick, EFR, this was the culprit for Michael Cooper. If you look in the rim here, it's got this little bitty bend in it. Well, that throws off the balance of the whole wheel. The tire gets out of balance, throws off the handling of the race car.
It certainly does, and that may be caused by going over some of these curbs here and some of those ripple strips you find.
Enough to bend the rim?
Yeah, can do that. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Lionel Kent starting to stretch it out now. He's got about a 4-car length lead on Nick Evans as they dive into one of the left-handers. Looks like Rampelberg starting to work his way back toward the front. He is 3rd under the Johnsonville Bridge.
Boy, he hasn't wasted any time getting back up there, and it looks like he's got everybody's number right now. So obviously the car wasn't hurt, but you know, stopping at this track was a really good move by Tony because, you know, when you're running for a championship, if anything was rubbing, it could have put him out.
We continue to ride here with Brad Rampelberg, 3rd spot right now. Take a look back from his race car at who he's got behind him. Aaron Malkasian right back there as well. Justin Piscatell, Jesse Combs on the move. You've got a snarling group of vehicles right there trying to get up and be in contention today.
Yeah, and that coming down that straight, boy, it is tough to really suck it up and go through that kink because it is such a fast corner. And as we see, you can get in a lot of trouble. And somebody can get a run at you if you don't use all the road there and use the car up as much as you can. It looks like Ara has been able to hold off at this time.
Michael Cooper currently sitting in 5th under the Kohler signage. Coming up on the Bulldog Productions car of Aaron Malkasian. Final corner to the front straightaway here at Road America.
But Cooper got a little bit of a run on him coming off of there when Ara dropped the wheel off on the outside. Now we'll see if they're dropped back too far to pick up the draft off of Rampelberg in the front group.
Up front, meantime, challenge for the lead. Evans on the outside. Rampelberg right there with Lionel Kent on the inside. Do you want help or do you want to have the advantage going into turn 1?
Boy, it's the truth. And Piscatell's doing the same thing in the next run with Cooper. But they're all going to get there, and now they got to shuffle themselves out. And it looks like they made up the distance on the front pack that time.
6 laps are on the board under the Briggs & Stratton Bridge. I'm really impressed with the drive Lionel Kent is turning in today, Elliot. We know he's talented. He's won races in this series, but this is a stout group we've got here, and to be able to stay out in front of a place like Road America for several laps in a row, pretty impressive.
Yeah, it is. And, you know, after seeing his car, you'd think that the aero would be a little bit less than optimum at that time. But here's Malkasian going back by again. Malkasian's having a much better year than this year than last year now.
No question about it. Ara and the Bulldog Productions 11 on board with Rampelberg. And a try on the outside to grab the lead away from Lionel Kent here into 5.
Well, I'd be surprised if he can make that work, but it looks like he's getting it done. like I would say Lionel gave it up to him a little bit there if he did, because passing on the outside there is pretty optimistic, and he made it work.
I was wondering that. Can you snap the car out of the draft like that and make a move going into 5?
Yeah, but usually the guy on the inside's got the advantage, and it shouldn't work like that.
All right, Brad Rampelberg has retaken the lead from Lionel Kent. Evans is third. We'll be back with more of the Playboy Mazda MX5 Cup.